So according to the rate law, the expression given is minus dr upon dt is equal to k if the reaction is A plus B gives C plus D, and small c, small d, small b and small a are the stoichiometric coefficient, then raised to power x and y. Okay, and this is known as rate law. When rate of reaction, the differential rate of reaction or instantaneous rate of reaction is expressed in terms of concentration of reactants raised to powers x and y, where x and y may or may not be equal to small a and small b. Means it's by chance that they can be equal to small a and small b, but x and y are not a and b. These x and y are experimentally determined values and are known as order of reaction. This a and b is known as molecularity of reaction, that how many molecules of each are participating in reaction. And this x and y is not molecularity, it is order of reaction. That what actually is the effect of the concentration of A and B on the rate of reaction. This is determined with the help of x and y. So x and y are experimentally determined values. They cannot be known by the direct chemical equation. Okay. Now let us try to understand what is x and y with the help of one example. 2NO plus O2 gives NO2. Okay, this is a chemical equation which is given. Now in this equation we can see that if this is A, this is B, and we have obtained C out of it. So 2, and here nothing is written, so 1, here is 2. So this 2 and 1 is actually small a and small b. We told that this may or may not be equal to x and y, which will be experimentally determined. Now we can write the rate of this reaction. So dr by dt for this reaction is equal to k NO raised to power x O2 raised to power y. This x and y can be determined only by the experimental data, not looking at the equation. By chance, you will find that in this equation this x comes 2 and y comes 1, but it is just by chance, it is not always the case. So now we will write some data which is given 0.30, 0.30. This is concentration of NO, this is concentration of O2. 0.60, 0.30, 0.30, 0.60. Okay. Now according to this, what has happened? See that initially, this is initial. Initially, when we have written the reaction, concentration of NO is 0.30, O2 is 0.30. Okay, moles per liter. Now, when you double the concentration of NO in the reaction, when you observed by doubling the concentration of NO, suppose the concentration of NO was initially X. Now when you double the concentration of NO, the rate of reaction becomes 4 times. This we are not knowing. Okay, this has been determined experimentally. 4 times it was observed that when it is doubled, it becomes 4 times. So suppose initially NO was X, when it is doubled, that means the NO when becomes 2X, that time the rate of reaction becomes 4 times. This is by experimental data. When it becomes 4 times, that means what? When it is doubled, that is 2x, then 2x when raised to power 2 will become 4 times. 2 2s are 4. Okay. Secondly, in the second condition, this was initial, this was first variation which was done, this was second variation which was done, that concentration of NO was kept same, but concentration of O2 was doubled, 0.30, now it became 0.60. When concentration of O2 was doubled, so suppose the concentration of O2 initially was Y, when it was doubled, that means when it was made 2Y, that time the rate of reaction also becomes 2 times, not 4 times. Then rate of reaction becomes only 2 times. That means what? This 2y is raised to power only 1. Then only it will become only 2 times. If it is raised to power 2, then it will become 4 times as it was here. Okay? So that means what? From this experimentation we calculated or we understood that NO is raised to power 2 and Y is the concentration of O2 and O2 is raised to power only 1 in this particular reaction which is given to you. And this was only calculated when you were given experimental data. By chance it happened that NO is 2 here and it came 2 here, O2 is 1 here and it came 1 here also. So I told you that X and Y may or may not be equal to A and B. So in this particular case they are equal to A and B, but not always they will be equal. Okay, so how we found the value of this, we have just seen that because the experimental data was given to you, when we have doubled it, it became 4 times. So doubling it, it becomes 4 times. That means 2x to power 2. Doubling it, the rate becomes only 2 times. That means it is raised to power only 1. After this, we'll see some examples of reaction where the rate of reaction and the coefficients are different. Okay, now see, when we wrote the reaction dR by dt for this equation is K concentration of NO, concentration of O2 raised to power 2. This we determined. Now overall rate of, this is the rate in terms of NO is second order, rate in terms of O2 is first order, and overall rate of the reaction is 2 plus 1, that is third order reaction. The overall order of reaction is third order. What this order mean? Order means that how the concentration of these reactants are affecting the rate of reaction. This is actually the meaning of order. Then
स्टोइकियोमेट्रिक कोएफिशिएंट्स को प्लस कर दे तो ऑर्डर आ जाता है?
नहीं आ जाता, यही हम बार बार बोल रहे हैं, है ना, that stoichiometric coefficients are not related to the order of reaction. You can determine it only if experimental data is given to you. Otherwise, by looking at the reaction, you can just tell the stoichiometric coefficient, but that may or may not be equal. We are just giving another example. CHCl3 plus Cl2, one reaction we are writing. CCl4 plus HCl, CCl4 plus HCl. This is a chemical equation. According to the chemical equation, the stoichiometric coefficient for CHCl3 is 1, that is a small a is 1, and for Cl2 is small b is 1. These are stoichiometric coefficients of these two reactants. But when order of reaction was found, then rate of reaction, rate law was like this: K, concentration of CHCl3, concentration of Cl2. This is rate law equation raised to power x and y. For this equation, it was found that these x and y are for this particular equation, which we have written here, stoichiometric coefficients are 1 and 1 for both, but the rate law equation says that CaCl3 is a first order variant and Cl2 is half order. Means the effect of concentration of Cl2 varies by half order and effect on rate for CaCl3 is by first order. So this is 1 and this is half, so 3 by 2. The overall order of reaction is 3 by 2. Okay, and coefficients are these. So we told that they may be same as it was coming in the previous equation, but they may not be same. Most of the times they are not same. Okay, and this has been calculated by experimental data. Most of the times,
half power किसे?
see, this power came from the experimental data, which says that just now we had seen that how the concentration was getting affected when you are doubling the amount of something. If rate of reaction is getting doubled, if doubling the amount of something, if the rate of reaction is becoming half, so that is why this power came half here. Okay, so how the concentration is affecting, this power is telling this thing. This power is not related to these coefficients what are written here. Okay, so this will be telling about the effect of concentration of particular substance on rate of reaction. By doubling this, the rate of reaction becomes half. By doubling this, rate of reaction becomes 4 times, like this when it was there in the previous one. So this power is telling about the order of reaction. This order of reaction is how it affects the rate of reaction. Similarly, one more reaction is there. CH3COO C2H5 plus H2O, esterification reaction. In this reaction, CH3COOH plus C2H5OH. Okay. Now, according to this reaction, you can see the stoichiometric coefficient of this is 1 and this is also 1. But when the rate expression is written for it, dr upon dt, then it is written as K CH3COO C2H5 H2O raised to power 0. Now what does it mean? That 0, it is raised to power 0. This is 1. Means if you double the concentration of this, the rate of reaction will also get doubled, raised to power 1. Square means if you are doubling this, it becomes 4 times. H2O is raised to power 0. That means the rate of reaction is unaffected by change in concentration of water. If any particular reactant is raised to power 0 in a reaction, that means whatever is the concentration of this water in the reaction, it does not affect the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction in this particular reaction is affected only by the concentration of this and not by this. So stoichiometric coefficient is 1, but the order of reaction is 0. So these two things are different, they are not same. This is only known by experimentation. Okay. So you have not to know it by doing any experiment. It will be told to you that in a particular given reaction, the concentration of reaction is not affected by the water. So that means it is raised to power 0 and it varies to the first order with the particular reactant. So that you can write the rate expression according to that. So this means what? That order of reaction can have any positive value. It may be 0, it may be fractional, and it may be any positive integer value. Okay. But what the number of molecules were combining, that means the stoichiometric coefficient can never be 0. Stoichiometric coefficient can never be fractional, it will always be a whole number. Now after this order of reaction, that means, so how we define order of reaction? If in a rate expression we write minus dr by dt k a to the power x b to the power y. So x plus y is equal to order of reaction. Whatever is the value of x plus y in the given reaction, that will give you the order of reaction. For example, calculate the overall order of reaction for a particular reaction which is given. Rate is equal to k a to the power b to the power given 1 by 2, 3 by 2. You have to calculate order of reaction. Simple calculation is there. You have to add only half plus 3 by 2, that is 2. So this order is a individually a raised to power half, b raised to power 3 by 2. But overall rate of reaction is 2. Rate of reaction overall is second order reaction. This is called second order if it is 2. Second order reaction means what? If you double the concentration of reactants, the rate of reaction will become 4 times. This is called second order. Okay? If you double the concentration of reactants and the rate of reaction remains the same, 2 times only, then it will be the first order reaction. So this is order of reaction. Now units of rate constant. In this rate expression where we were writing rate is equal to k a to the power x, b to the power y. This k we had said that it is rate constant, and here we are writing rate dr by dt. So what are the units of rate? Rate is change of concentration with time. So it is moles per liter, so liter inverse, time per second. So moles per liter per second is actually the unit of rate dr by dt. Okay, and k we have to find. Now we can have, if you are asked the unit of rate, then unit of rate is moles per liter per second. This is a unit for rate. But the unit for rate constants will be different for different order of reaction. Okay. Now suppose we are writing this for zero order reaction. If we want to know the units for a zero order reaction, what will be a zero order reaction? When the concentration of reactants does not affect the rate of reaction, then that reaction will be known as zero order reaction, the whole reaction. If suppose one particular reactant is there and that reactant's concentration does not affect the rate of reaction, then it will be a zero order reaction. Okay. Now for zero order reaction it will be, if I want to write the rate law, then rate law will be rate is equal to k and a raised to power 0. The concentration of a raised to power 0. This will be the rate expression for a zero order reaction, that whatever reactant is present, its power is 0. That means its concentration does not affect the rate of reaction. Okay. Now if I want to write the unit for it, then k will be equal to rate upon concentration of a raised to power 0. So this rate unit is moles, liter inverse, second inverse, and this is concentration. So concentration is anything raised to power 0 is 1. We don't need to write. Otherwise, if we have to write the unit of A, what we will write? Concentration unit will be moles per liter. But here because A is raised to power 0, so anything raised to power 0 is 1. So I write 1 here, that is equal to K. So the unit of K for a zero order reaction is moles, liter inverse, second inverse. Means whatever is the unit for rate is also the unit of rate constant for a zero order reaction. Now let us see the same thing for a first order reaction. Okay. first order reaction. So the rate law for a first order reaction will be written as minus dr by dt is equal to k a raised to power 1, or we don't write 1 even, then it is clear. So this is the rate expression for a reaction which is first order reaction. Now the units for it, unit for this is moles liter inverse second inverse. K we have to find out. Now this is a raised to power 1. A is concentration which will be written in moles per liter, liter inverse. Okay. So the unit of this I have written moles per liter. What is left is second inverse. So the unit of first order reaction is second inverse for K, rate constant, and this is very important to know these units. The reason is sometimes question is given like this: the rate constant for a reaction is this, whatever numerical value is given, second inverse. What is the order of reaction? Now until we don't have experimental data, we cannot calculate rate of reaction, but by seeing to the unit we can tell what is the order of reaction. So it is important to remember. If second inverse is written, you need not to do any calculation. Whatever value is given for rate constant K, you can simply write that it is a first order reaction because the unit with the data given is second inverse. If the unit given is moles per liter per second, then it will be a zero order reaction. So we need to know for zero order, first order, and one more second order. So we will find it for second order also. Okay. So after this, we write the units for second order reaction. Second order. Okay, rate expression minus dr by dt is equal to k. Now if it is a second order reaction, it can be like this: a raised to power 2, only one reactant is there, it may have power 2, or it can be like this: a and b both raised to power 1 and 1, and when we add up, the total order of reaction will come 2. So any of the condition is possible, either a raised to power 1, b raised to power 1, or simply you can write a raised to power 2. In both the conditions, this overall reaction will be a second order reaction. So let us write like this. Again, this will be moles liter inverse second inverse is equal to K, and this A is concentration. So moles liter per liter into moles per liter. Okay, so what is left is mole inverse liter second inverse. Mole inverse liter raised to power 1 and second inverse. So the unit for a second order reactions are mole inverse liter second inverse. So just by looking at the unit, you can know easily that which is the order of given particular reaction to you, because sometimes the numerical values will be given, you have to do the calculation of time or whatever in the formula. So for that you need to know that which formula you have to use, zero order use karna hai, or first order you have to use, or second order. Second order calculations are not there. So zero and first order, which one you have to take for numerical calculation can be only judged with the help of units of rate constant. Clear? So this is about the now after order of reaction, another small topic which we have to take is a complex or a elementary reaction. Most of the reactions are complex reactions, not elementary. Now, why we say elementary reaction means what? A reaction which can be completed in a single step is known as elementary reaction. Single step means what? Number of species, that species may be ion, that species may be molecules, or that species may be atoms, which can combine together to give a product in a single step is never more than 3 in any reaction, simply because when molecules or atoms collide with each other, at a time the number of molecules or atoms or ions which are colliding or reacting to give the product may be 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, not more than that. So generally the reactions which can be completed in single step include the collision of either 1, 2 or 3 number of species. Species may be any out of these. Such a reaction which can be completed in one step means the colliding molecules should collide with each other in the same step. Then that reaction is a elementary reaction. But most of the reactions are not elementary. Suppose 2 molecules will collide and form a product that will combine with the remaining number of molecules further to give the further main product. So this happens. Most of the reactions are completed in a step by step. In organic chemistry also we see that mechanism of reaction is something different, and how we write the reaction in a single statement is something different, because that reaction actually has not taken place in one step. It has occurred in many steps, and overall mechanism of the reaction is different. So the same thing which we are trying to say is here is the same, that most of the reactions are completed in multiple steps, not in one step, and that one single step which is possible is known as elementary reaction, and the sum of all the steps is actually a complex reaction. Now if I write a reaction, suppose H2 plus I. This is a simple reaction. It has occurred in single step. Okay, that 2 molecules of HI have decomposed to give H2 plus I2. So this is an example of elementary reaction. NH4NO2. NH4NO2. In this reaction, N2 or N? Yes, N2 plus 2H2O. This is example of a elementary reaction which can occur, decomposition of one molecule giving 2 products. But if I write a reaction like this, 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. This is a simple reaction. This is also example of elementary reaction, because hardly 2 this and 1 this molecules are combining in one step to form the product. But when the number of reacting species is more than 3, then generally the reactions are not elementary. They become complex. For example, KClO3 plus 6 FeSO4 plus 3H2SO4 will give whatever product. Product is not the subject here. Now see here, 6 molecules of FeSO4, 3 molecules of sulfuric acid and 1 molecule of KClO3 are reacting, shown reacting in this reaction. So this is not a elementary reaction. This reaction is a complex reaction which definitely would have taken place in multiple steps. So elementary reactions in these complex reaction will also be different. First step, second step, third step, like this it has occurred, and finally it is present in this form. Okay. So always reactions are of 2 types. Either they will be elementary, having at the most 3 molecules combining together to give the product. But if more than 3 are combining, then that is a reaction which completes in multiple steps. Now when we know this gave us the concept of molecularity of reaction. we have talked about order of reaction. Order of reaction is an experimentally determined value which tells us that how the concentration of these things or reactants are affecting the rate of reaction. Then we came to complex and elementary reactions. That simple reactions are elementary and more molecules are combining, then it is a complex reaction. Now for elementary reactions, there is one more term which is present, that is known as molecularity of reaction. Just opposite to order of reaction, as order of reaction cannot be determined with the help of balanced chemical equation. Molecularity of a reaction, elementary. For complex reaction, molecularity has no meaning. Okay, molecularity is only for elementary reaction, means molecularity of a reaction can be 1, 2 or 3, because I told you that if more than 3 are combining, that reaction is not elementary, that is a complex reaction. Clear? So molecularity of a reaction can be known with the help of stoichiometric coefficients of a elementary reaction. Okay, so now you should know the difference between molecularity and order of reaction. Molecularity is the number of molecules which are combining in a balanced chemical elementary equation, and order of reaction is how these reactants affect the rate of reaction. Okay, now the reactions which are written, suppose 2HI gives H2 plus I2. This is an example of elementary reaction, and the molecularity of this reaction is 2. Molecularity of this reaction is 2, but its order of reaction will be what we cannot tell us. Okay, we can only tell what will be its order of reaction when we know its experimental data. Okay, so rate for this can be written as K concentration of HI raised to power X. This X we have to know with the help of data, not known with the just looking at the particular reaction. But molecularity we can know just by just looking at the elementary reaction. So molecularity of this reaction is 2, but order of this reaction not known. Okay. Another example which we had written, NH4 NO2 was giving N2 plus 2H2O. Molecularity of this reaction, because one molecule is present, so molecularity is 1 because it is elementary reaction. Order of this reaction, dR by dt is equal to K NH4 NO2 raised to power 0. Means this reaction is not affected by the concentration of how much of this is present. The rate will remain same. So this is raised to power 0. But the molecularity of this reaction is 1. That means the number of molecules present in this equation which is shown elementary is only 1. This is difference between order and molecularity. Okay, so for complex reaction we will never find out the value of molecularity, but for a complex reaction there can be order of reaction. How this order of reaction can be told for a complex reaction? Because complex reaction takes place in number of steps. So when number of steps are there, out of, suppose a reaction is completed in 10 steps. So out of those total 10 steps, whichever step is the slowest step, that step will help to find out the order of reaction, and order of reaction we cannot find. But experimentally also, if order of reaction has to be calculated for a complex reaction, then it will be calculated only with the help of experimental data of which reaction out of total 10, the step which is slowest out of all. That will help to know the order of reaction, and molecularity of reaction has no meaning for a complex reaction. So we can differentiate between both of them, like molecularity of reaction can have only whole number values 1, 2 and 3. Order of reaction can have 0, fractional and positive, any positive integer value.